Go. We got a couple more steps in. Mocked a couple more things up. And we're back at it with the Predator blower swap. So we ran into a couple hurdles. Made a couple more steps. Mocked some things up. And we're about to show you what's up. So here we have it. I think my intake that I had is gonna work. Basically mocking everything up. We started putting on the fuel rails, and then there would be the way I had it ran. That would be one hurdle that we gotta overcome, and we'll show you in a sec. There's another down here with the bracket. I think there were some updates. Like I said, I started gathering information and stuff like a while ago. We'll say like 2 years ago on all this stuff. So I probably got some old designs. So we went ahead and put on the new power by the hour bracket that we got. It was pretty much the same bracket with a couple different designs on it, like the studs. You can see how they're like thinned down. I figured a little bit of a lighter weight. So let's try and get down in there and show you. So this would be one issue with the no feed kit. You see how tight it is between the bracket stud and the pulley. So I'm not sure if VMP has a different design on the no feed kit now, which I think it is. I think the pulley is removable on the top, so maybe we don't need that pulley. And in new design, you don't need that pulley. So I contacted them and asked them a few questions on the issue. So this is the new power by the hour kit that is supposed to be for the Predator blower swap, you know, and it still says you may need to do some grinding, which I'm okay with. But if we could see, like, I can't even get a belt in between those, and I just feel like I would have to grind it a pretty decent amount. So I've contacted a couple of the companies to ask about the issues and everything, and see if I get a response. So we're gonna put a hold on this area, and we ended up moving forward with some other stuff. So we got the intake on, routed. And then we got the vacuum lines that we're gonna run, which the factory one is basically this thing, you know, went to the intake. So our intake spot is all the way on the other side, and we had to find a different way to run things. So I figured I'm gonna run this vacuum line, try and make it look nice up back there. And then right here was our issue. We had really no way to hook it up to the quarter line. But luckily we went to the hardware store and I found a fitting that we're gonna put in here. We're gonna tap it. Whatever thread this is, we're gonna tap it and then we'll epoxy it in. So hopefully it will be in there for good. Then the other issue is the fuel lines and everything. So over here, I usually ran right off the regulator into one side of the fuel rail, and this side would be blocked off. Normally they say to wide in from the back. Well, I wasn't trying to do that, but the issue would be this tube, the vacuum tube, which normally I think would go to the brake booster. We're going to put it to the vacuum block, would be connecting the regulator, which we had to make a bracket. So we're going to mount the regulator like right up here, and then connect this to here. So we wouldn't be able to connect the fitting if this is how we were going to do it. I think we would have to just cut this tube down and connect the vacuum line down there. But there's a couple companies that make some fittings we're going to try. Some slim fittings, 180 degree, 4 Innovations, 4 Fuel Systems makes one, and then I think Holley makes one. So we went with the 4. So it will basically be like a straight 90, and it will connect into this, and then this fitting will come out, and we'll put it in that other fitting that will eventually show you whenever we get those in. And then the crossover I had was too small, so we're going to have to do a new crossover, and we are going with the luck of the draw Division X fuel rails that I got a great deal on. The only reason why I got a great deal on them is because the GT500s with the Whipple kits, the Whipples have to use their own fuel rails because we got the whole Division X fuel system for that, and we couldn't use the fuel rails. So I said, I'm going to use them. So we got a great deal on them. Basically, our fittings from my other fuel rails I had on the car, or the Coyote, basically 4 fuel system fuel rails, Evolution Performance engraved on them. That's who I got them from. So these might be up for sale, or I just might keep them. Might got some plans for this Boss intake that was on here, but we had to make a bracket. So we made this bracket right here. We did a little cardboard template. I'm gonna try and mount it to these bolts with the studs. So I put it on here, and this will be right there. So like that. And then the fuel regulator was gonna mount to that. So that's where this would be mounted. So I got some metal. I don't know if it's gonna be thick enough to make a better one. So we did put the template on there. And then maybe we could find something somehow to maybe 3D print something, some bracket to mount it there. That'd be even cool. But when we get to those steps, we'll get back to you in another video. So my intake's gonna work. We had to find a fitting there that we found, reroute some things, find out some info on the belt, and order some parts that we need. And this is where we're at with the Predator blower swap on a Gen 1 Coyote in my Fox body. And then while we were at it, since we got coilovers, we got a rear strut tower bar. It's just sitting in there now. Still need to finish that, but gotta cut the plastics and everything. So I have to decide if I want to paint it white or not. But man, this is just looking so good right now. And then another thing, this was a real GT500 blower, so I think on the new ones you can buy, I think the fuel rail bolts aren't drilled all the way through, but I'm not sure. This one is, because this was actually on a GT500, and all these bolts are also factory from it. So there are some hurdles and issues you have to overcome while doing this. Like I said, I have done information on it, but I haven't been at it in a few years. And I was at it when it first was getting going, and now companies make parts for it. And that's awesome. So this is where we're at with the Predator blower swap. And soon to have more coming at you. So keep hitting them like, share, and subscribe buttons. Keep tuning in. And you know what to do to that next video. Peace.